Mr. Muhiyadeen, great to have you on our program, The Business Detective. Your company, Stone and String, is quite a popular brand now. Tell us what motivated you to start this company.
It's a bright day today. Thank you for having me on this inspirational program. Well, when you say what made us start Stone and String, actually, my wife and I were working overseas, and then we found jewelry for attire would have been an ideal situation for Sri Lanka, and that's how we started Stone and String. It's a personality-driven product.
Okay, what has been how has the progress been so far?
Well, we are very fortunate. Our customers go on the social catwalk, turning heads and touching hearts. And soon we became a super brand. And we have had the opportunity to sell on 7 international airlines and been an export award winner as well.
Mr. Muhiyadeen, now what's your involvement with cinnamon, Sri Lanka cinnamon?
Well, that's a great question about cinnamon. Most of the corporate clients in Sri Lanka buy gifts for VVIPs from us. And then, naturally, the world's best cinnamon is from Sri Lanka, and we incorporated it as a product. So to make the product better, we visited the family fields and got first-hand information, and we found that this is truly a gift from Mother Nature. And then it went hand in hand with our beliefs. It goes truly with the two universal truths. The ultimate profit is health, and the ultimate wealth is happiness. So both go hand in hand for our jewelry and also for cinnamon. So we have produced lifestyle products, and you can use it from dawn to dusk. You can give from elders to royalty, from wellness to happiness. We have a complete range. As you see, we take the cinnamon, and people normally drink the cinnamon on a sachet. We take the sachet, the remnants in the sachet, and put it on a biscuit and eat that too. We have also taken the cinnamon and mixed it with honey, and that's a product as an after-dinner delight.
As an export product, is the government doing enough to promote this product overseas?
Yes and no. The point driven is we are not looking at export itself for now. We are saying get it universally accepted. So we have a program of 1 million Good Life ambassadors in our program. It's a fairly, in our operation, we are really trying to get cinnamon known to the world and let the normal traditional exporters and others get onto the business side of it. So in our case, we are very passionate. So therefore, our motive is to bring cinnamon as a gift to the world. So actually, getting back into history, about 4 or 5 years back, when the president mentioned that our finances were not in order, it gave me nightmares. So actually, fortunately, being a professional accountant as well, I devised a method to bring in $12 billion US as redeemable capital. But unfortunately, the situation in our country today, as I spoke to you the other day, we have a plan to bring in worker remittances to 2018 levels. And we have been very successful in talking to the Labour Minister as of yesterday.
Okay. How do you plan to move it forward?
Moving forward is to bring an awareness campaign on cinnamon. Now, when you talk of exports, you know what the customer need is. But the customer really doesn't know with the cinnamon. So we have done a lot to get cinnamon as a lifestyle product, a corporate gift. So we are putting a lot of effort on innovative products. And we have been very, very successful because most of the VVIP gifts are being given from us, including the WHO, including the WHO chief who came about 2 years back. And even yesterday, one of the VVIPs from another top corporates bought some cinnamon to be given as a gift. Because what can you give somebody who has everything? So unless other than the world's best. So we are actually very, very fortunate to have cinnamon in our country.
So you are one of the leading SME business people in the country. The SMEs are complaining that interest rates are too high, taxes are too high, etc., and it's very difficult to do business. What are your thoughts, and how should the government be addressing some of these concerns?
Extremely difficult question to answer in a short time, but let me put, let's look at the bar. Well, when we say if you want to compete in the world, that means we must be on par with the rest of the world. When costs, including finance, in other countries are far lower, and securing labor and also research, when we don't have these facilities, we are a long way off from that point. So what we need really is, on the short run, to get few people very passionate about what they are doing. So they will break the barriers. Because when we talk, what can the government do? What can the government do? Today, the government is having so much of problems. I don't think we should be pushing the government, because fortunately, you see, first they have to, from the political fund, it's a disaster. Social fund is a disaster. We have bankruptcy. We can't get the inward remittances. I mean, what can the government do? I think it's like President Kennedy said, let's forget asking what the government can do, but let us do what we can do for the country.
You're on the tourism front. That is one area that we should be focusing on from now on to bring back the tourists, because that is a quick fix to our foreign exchange problem. What are your thoughts around promoting tourism?
When you look at tourism, ultimately they take memories back home and then they spread the word. Now, the critical pivotal point here is we need to have ambassadors. I mean, the tour guides. The tour guides need to be very professional in their job. So they need to be professionally trained and to be focused on what has to be told to the customer and what type of shops they need to entertain. So we have a system. I have put a plan in this project where tourism and cinema and the worker remitter people are all involved, including Maldives. So we need to connect Maldives to Sri Lanka to take advantage of our positions.
Middle East is also another big market. How do we attract people from the Middle East to visit Sri Lanka and also invest?
See, again, it's a very, very tough question to answer in a simple way. But I did speak to the Labour Minister 2 days back, and he had a unique idea of giving gifts for the workers to take it to their ladies, where they're working. So when you give a gift from Sri Lanka, it softens their heart. It opens barriers, it opens doors to talk something. So giving tea, cinnamon, things like that softens them up. And when you see, and if our workers are trained to speak positively about our country, positively, we are always talking negative. We need to talk positively. Yes, we have problems. So if you want to solve the problem, what do? You need to do something to go ahead. The problems will be there that we need to give others to solve. But we, the general public, need to do positive things. Think positively, move forward.
What is your advice to young budding business people?
Follow your passion. Never give up. Never ever give up. Never ever give up.
Okay. In meeting some of the challenges, what advice would you give, especially getting bank loans and accessing markets, etc., etc.?
You are asking one of my pet questions. Let me share with you. You see, this is on our Facebook. It says, Project Resurrect Mother Lanka, cinnamon to the fore. And here we show Sri Lanka in deep trouble. And we have the World Bank, the UN and the WHO assisting to see that it softens the loan part. And also you'll find here a boat and also saying Friends of Sri Lanka. The idea is, with cinnamon, the WHO, if they proclaim cinnamon is an immune system booster, then we have that. Number two, then if the UN can appoint a few celebrities as good life ambassadors, that helps us. And also, if we can have 4th of February as the new normal day, billions of dollars that need to go into marketing can be cut off. I mean, I believe, I wish to share this knowledge with you. It's a fairly comprehensive project that I have done. I would like to share it with you once we get over this crisis of the inward remittances from our families who are living overseas and working so hard.
How do we get the support of the rich Sri Lankan diaspora overseas to support Sri Lanka at this moment of time? This happened in India as well during their foreign exchange crisis. The Indians rallied round.
Let me see. Today we have a situation where the credibility of the administration's complete set of administration have been a big if. So, in our humble opinion, if we can get the big accounting firms to confirm that all inward remittances from the work of remittance from Sri Lankans who come into the country is not used other than for our daily use for gas, petrol, and medical supplies, and it is put in the headlines in the newspapers and the news media, then the credibility of the money is being used for survival comes in. So once you get the credibility of that, then the credibility of the tourist monies. So that also, if you can do some kind of where the big five can say something, if the president can talk to them and if the parliament can prove it, I mean, then the question of these funds that are coming in is very transparent. That may be a stepping stone, I believe.
Okay. My final question to you is, what is your expectation of our leadership?
I mean, we are in a nightmare. I hope and pray that those who rally the president will sincerely help to go forward. All we have to do is to be pebbles to rebuild the country. Just to be pebbles to rebuild the country.
Okay. And what is your message to the young people?
Be positive. Be positive. And never talk negative unless you have a solution for the negative.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Muhiyadeen. Great having you on our program.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.